for checkups in the United States, do you have to pay for them, or are they like under? I don't think you guys have government healthcare, but maybe you do. Do you have? Is it free or is it not free? What's the situation? Nice one, paint. Yeah, Red Rocks, yeah. See, Soupski, that is strong coffee. I am gonna be hyped. Holy shit. Good stuff. What was I gonna say? Soupski, see, the one time I tried to mention me being married to my family, my parents, Gada, thank you so much. My parents just freaked out on me, and they refused to talk about it, which made me the idea of writing the document. Because I sent it to my brother, because he's morbid as well. He's like fine, but there's like a generational stigma of how like you shouldn't share such stuff. But I think that's so stupid because it just puts unnecessary pressure on your loved ones. Like, how am I supposed to know everything you wanted? Can we talk sensibly? What's sensibly? Yeah. My sister and my stepdad argued a lot. Yeah. See? Yeah, a lot of stress comes out. Who's the lucky guy, gal? Who's the lucky guy, gal of what? It's a iced latte with double espresso because I need some energy. Strong. I like it though. I don't know what my plan is with my friend. Let me check if I have any messages from her actually. You saw Queen live? See, we were under Soviet Union until 1991, so we couldn't actually leave. So we didn't get to see Queen. It was illegal to leave. Sad times. I don't actually know if Queen ever played in the Soviet Union, but I'm assuming that they didn't. Checkups are not free for many plans, but most of us don't even have coverage. Is that in the States? Pizzicato? Is that in the States? This is why I really don't understand why United States is like, I know that it's not the citizens, but like a lot of politicians and a lot of like really extreme like political people are like against universal health care and against like free higher education. It makes no sense to me. You would only benefit from that. I don't understand. And there was like, why should I pay for someone's because that's nice to do. Wooder just sent a waving emoticon, but I don't know if that's high or by. Dang kids. He's insisted that I become a priest to help people in sorrow. She didn't care I was agnostic. Parents will always push there. My mother came in like 2 days ago being like, where's my grandkids? And I'm like, no, she wasn't so brutal. She was like, my family, my friend's daughter has already 3 grandkids. I was just there like, good job, her. Soviet Union. I'm speaking of the States. Okay, crap. You have to have coverage for that? That's so stupid. Snow, how are you doing? Good morning, Snow. Oh, you were waiting for the kid. Oh, okay. I was behind on chat, so it came out of nowhere. How you doing, Snow? Yeah. They always make it seem like a bad thing. They're like, oh, communists. And I'm like, if communists help each other out in difficult situations, what's so bad about that? I don't get it. Why is that bad? It's good music here. I like it. I think that this would be a pretty nice place to chill at night. Also, right now it's really, really nice to chill. It's like there's more wind because it's like a tunnel. It's good stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna save this. Sorry, I opened Instagram just to see if I got any messages from my friends. But still no messages. Should I message her? Sent her a message. I'm like, where do you want me? Where do you want to meet me? Good job. Job done. You woke up with a headache? I feel a headache coming on because of the sun. So waking up with a headache is the worst though. Is it one of those on the sides or like here? These ones are the worst ones. The ones I get on the side and the ones I get in the eyebrow bone. Those are the most annoying headaches. I hate them. And then you just keep pressing like this to make the pain go away. That sucks. Coffee will fix me. Take double espresso. Ah, is this? Nope, there's nothing in there. I was thinking it was like ashtray or like sugar, but there's nothing. I'm guessing it's an ashtray, probably. But there's not even ash in it. Where do you want to be buried? Surprising. You're like, you leave a little document for your family and you're like, instructions to my burial. And then they open it and it's just big letters. Surprise me. That would be pretty funny. As long as your family or relatives have a sense of humor, it would be good. Oh my god. Pain. Let me lean back because I've had a crooked back all day. Yeah. Ah, this is good. Carrying a heavy bag. Ah, you guys are struggling now. What about here? Is this better? Maybe I can do this. You have a hunger headache? Ooh. I don't get hunger headaches. I get hunger mood swings, and they are dangerous. You should not be around me when I have a hunger mood swing. Honestly, they're very dangerous. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like Denmark is the country of dark humor. Thai wife hates it. What is the dark humor? Japanese with dark humor? Okay, I'm having a hard time figuring out what is the dark humor. There's black humor, which is like offensive, kind of like mean humor. And then there's the dark humor, which is like morbid, like death jokes and like suicidal jokes and stuff like that. And then there's dark humor, which is just, I don't know, kind of like inappropriate. Which kind do you mean? Because they're not good at the mean jokes. They laugh at people, like slapstick comedy is very strong there, but they do, I think, do some really morbid humor Satirical? What is satirical? If it's sarcasm, they can't do it. Koreans also can't do sarcasm. They don't get sarcasm. They think you're just being honest. Like I will say like a really sarcastic comment, and then they're gonna think it's like true what I'm saying, basically. It involves death or mental illness. I would say that they're very honest about these kinds of topics, but I wouldn't say that they use it in comedy. Like they how do I explain this? They make really a lot of content and a lot of conversations and a lot of topics in books and poems and stuff about those kinds of morbid topics, but they won't really laugh about it. You know, they won't really use it in comedy. In comedy, it's more like slapstick. It's making fun of like another person, like in a positive way, I guess. That's their general stuff. It's like absurdity humor more than like other type of humor. In Korea, it's kind of the same, but in Korea, they don't really talk about such serious topics openly. Like, Korea is pretty upfront with like content about war or mental illness or suicide. Korea tries to code it with different things on top. So they will make a TV show where a kid kills themselves, but then they'll be immediately like, oh, it was because they were studying too much and this and that, and like it's because the parents and so on. They don't actually try to talk about the topic as whole, but they try to make it into like a little character, a little action, or like a little happening. So yeah, it's a little bit the difference between those two countries. But they both try to, I think the newer generation is okay with morbid humor, but they still look at it pretty weirdly and they don't really laugh about it. But they will bring it up in those kinds of ways. But yeah, no sarcasm in Korea or Japan. They don't get it. They absolutely don't understand. Only maybe someone who has been to the States would get sarcasm. Sipsky, the Korean dictatorship. Which one? They talk about it all the time. Which one? Which Korean dictatorship? All I do is sarcasm? Yeah. I often for me it's a hit and miss when I say something sarcastic and people are just like, why are you being mean to me? No. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm caught up with the chat. It's nice to sit down and chill a little bit, although it might probably that's cool. I haven't used the little roller blades in a long time. Oh, I wonder if there's a rollerblade disco. That'd be so cool. My eye is itchy again. It's because I've been looking at the phone all day. If North Korea changed its political regime, then maybe. But while it's a dictatorship, I wouldn't go. The ones after the war, I think they're quite honest. I think they talk a lot about North Korea, but they also they talk about the times where South Korea tried to be a dictatorship as well. They do talk about that, but the thing in Korea is that some Koreans agreed with it and some didn't. So if any aggression comes, it will come from that difference. Because I've met older people who are super supportive of like one of the dictator leaders before, who also, they're like, oh yeah, also Putin, they're all so cool. And then I just look at them like, what the fuck? I'm like, you know where Latvia is, you know Latvia's history, right? And they're like, oh yeah, Putin, he's such a cool guy. You guys are weak. And I was on the verge of snapping. You're studying in Japan? No, I was studying in Korea. I would like to study in Japan though. I would like to work in Japan actually. Maybe one day. Have a dark green. I don't know what it's called, but sometimes I just agree with people. I don't think it's sarcasm. How would you call it? Some people ask if I don't know, if I'm Korean, and I just say yes. Yep, Korean. And then if they ask me questions, I'll just make lies. And after, sometimes I say the truth, but if it's like a short encounter, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know, that's not sarcasm. What is that? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel like explaining everything, you know? I just want to go with the short answers. I've in Korea, I'm often Swedish. Because I just don't want to... You say you're from Latvia and everyone will be, where's Latvia? What is Latvia? Do you guys have electricity? What's over there? It's like stupid stuff. It's just rude. Always. It's like not like you're gonna meet everyone you've met ever again. It's so many people you meet in your life, and they're definitely not gonna remember you if it's like a meeting on the street or something. Not giving a fuck? Yeah. I don't know. If you're from a popular country, it's really easy to say who you are. Everyone will be like, oh, you're American? Cool. Hamburgers. If you say you're from Latvia, first they'll be like, Latvia? Where's Latvia? Is that, like, often they ask if that's Russia. Is that in America? Is that like somewhere? Then I'm like, it's near Finland. And they're like, Finland? And then they ask stupid questions. And each country has other stupid questions they ask. In Korea, they always say, "Oh, so you're Russian," and I have to explain how. No, I'm not Russian. It's a different thing. In America, when I was little, because I haven't been to America very recently, when I was little in America, they used to ask the most stupid questions. They're like, "Do you have cars there? Do you have electricity there? What is it like? What's life like over there?" I'm like, no, we don't have cars. We walk. We use horses. I think that's where I learned to just not give a fuck anymore. Because if you ask me a stupid question, I'm gonna answer a stupid answer. And sometimes I'll be the same way back to them, and they get so annoyed. They're like, just sometimes I get tired. They often have no idea. Yeah, if they're genuinely curious, I'll answer you very honestly. Or if, I'll have a longer relationship with you, then I'll answer honestly. But if someone's just like trying to there's a lot of, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, usually I answer honestly, but there's a lot of people who want to talk to you just because you're foreign. And at times, you just don't want to talk to people, You're sitting in a metro, you're going home, and some older man comes next to you, and they're like, oh, where are you from? Are you Swedish? And then they want to practice their English with you, and you're just tired, and you just want to watch, like, some stupid series on your phone, and they'll just start talking, and you're like, anyway, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't have the energy to explain. Finland sounds like an aquarium. Do you pee outside? Trick question, because actually we do. We did at least. Koreans, they're like Europeans. They're good at geography around them, but further away they'll be worse at it. The same thing with Europeans. We know our European countries, not even all, but if you go into Asia, they're not gonna know where's what. So I'd say it's more like Europeans. They know their continent, and that's about it. USA knows Nose? You say? It is dark but over. It is. Where's Finland? My wife doesn't even know Queen. Yeah. Queen is the best. I was sitting in the Kham in Hanoi, and a mom came up and asked me to talk to their kids. Yeah, that happens a lot too. A lot of times Asian parents will push their kids at you, and it's like, I get why they're doing it. They're like, oh look, get real-time practice with this foreigner, kids. But at the same time, that's not my job. So it's like, it depends on your mood. Sometimes I'm really happy to talk to people who want to learn more. Other times I just want to be alone. I'm very introverted. I'm not very good at talking to people, especially if I'm tired. I just want to be left alone. Hamster rain. I have difficulties with southern Eastern European countries. I kind of know the gist, but I mix them up every now and then. That's why I really want to go traveling over there, to just get a better understanding of the geography. The more you travel, I find that like if I've been to the country, I remember where geographically it was. The tiny ones, yeah. Hamet, meaning 2 meters. And you're 195 centimeters, so you're Hamet. So people will just walk up and take photos of me. No way. The check phone battery, 83%. I don't know how we're doing so good on phone battery today. That's weird. But yeah, what was I gonna say? The first time I went to Korea, there were less foreigners. So I had people like look into my eyes a lot. They would be like, they would come up and be like, like this. And I would just stand there like, the fuck are you trying to do to me? One time I had a person come up and look at my skin, and they were like, do you put anything on your skin? I don't really have people touching my hair because I have brown hair. I have pretty light brown hair, but I think the blonde and the African hair is more touched in Korea. But nowadays Korea is so used to foreigners that it doesn't happen anymore. Only maybe in very, very countryside where they rarely get a foreigner. But yeah, it was a different world many years ago. Can stop stalking the postman now. Oh, the snails came. You can stop stalking the postman now. Oh my gosh, can you send a picture of the snails and also write down who's who? Which one was what was it? What was Shelby was one of them? Bye, Lefty. Have a nice day. There are so many Korean in Fukuoka. Yeah. There's Korean villages in Japan. Again, because of Japan, how do you call it? Japan dictatorship and stuff like that. I forgot what it was called. Occupation. Because they also deported a lot of Koreans to Japan. They deported the Korean royalty to Japan. Korea had a very similar time to Latvia, politically wise. So there's actually quite a lot of Korean people there, and quite a lot of Korean towns. And they have a lot of distaste. Koreans have a lot of distaste for the Japanese, same as Latvians have for Russians. Because, you know, pain, history, and etc. But yeah, there's a lot of Korean stuff in Japan, but there's not a lot of Japan in Korea. Besides food, I have never seen like a street like a Japanese town in Korea, or like a Japanese store, like a big Japanese store in Korea. It's all very hush-hush. The most you can get is like a tiny little store or like a couple of restaurants. That's it. Whereas I think in Japan there's entire Korean towns. Koreans are very, still very against Japanese. Same as the Baltics. Why is it glistening? Probably the sunscreen. I didn't put the powder, so it's probably the sunscreen. The sunscreen makes it a little bit shiny, which is why I put the powder on. Yeah, soupski. Those are really fun. There's like one guy who's Chinese is superb. Like even I hear that his intonation is almost perfect. So good to watch. People are just also, I really love them making these videos because it shows that you shouldn't go into something thinking negatively. Like people are just curious about you, especially if it's been a closed country for so long. Like same, I hate to keep comparing to my country, but we didn't have like a lot of foreigners. So when they started appearing like 10-20 years ago, of course there were a lot of negative people, but there were a lot of just curious people. So yeah, it's just curiosity. So many people just want to know what it is. The older men who are always like, can you wash it off? Those guys sometimes piss me off. I'm like, what the fuck? Can you wash your skin off? But the guy always reacts to it so like openly. He's like he never gets offended by it. I think it's very cool. Are your jewelry expensive? They are not expensive, but they are expensive. So this one was 30 euros. This one was 50 euros. This one I have no idea because it was a gift, but it would probably be around 40 maybe. This one I think was 20, 25. This one I think was 20 or less than 20. This one 15 to 20. But I buy like maybe one ring or two rings a year, kind of. So this year I bought these two, this one and this one. Last year I bought this one. This one is from like 8 years ago. This one's from maybe 6 years ago. This one is from when I was 10. So I just always wear the same jewelry. And this one I made myself at a metal festival this year, so it was pretty cheap because you had to do the like workforce yourself. Yeah, so it's not like super expensive, and I keep reusing them every day. Yeah, it is. I keep wearing it. Ta-da! It's like this. But you're supposed to wear it like on the wrist so it doesn't move as much. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I buy jewelry that's gonna last me a long time because I put it on every day, you know? If it's like bad metal, then it's not gonna last as long. It's gonna break or something. But I don't buy any diamonds or gemstones. I would like to buy like maybe some small ones, but I've never seen anything that speaks to me because if it's too sparkly, I don't know. I don't like too sparkly. TMK I do. When I don't have my rings on, I feel very wrong. It feels like something's wrong because I wear them every day. So my fingers are very used to the sensation. All of these are silver. This is brass, and this is stainless steel. So I buy pure metals, like almost pure metals. I don't buy any like cheap metal or plastic stuff. Rincano, I can't believe you remember that. Yeah. He's kind of cute. Can you wash your hands with them? Yeah. Sometimes if you wash your hands with them, some soap gets stuck in like the ring. But you just wash more and it'll go away. Dark Wendover, I don't follow brands though. I feel like brands are so unnecessary because it's just a name. You're not actually paying for the labor or the design or anything. It's just you're paying for a name. It doesn't make sense to me. Carrie, no worries. Take your time.